Hello programmers. In today's class we'll see how we can print this pattern in Python. So in order to understand this output we need to convert it into first rows and columns, and let us try to find out how many rows and columns are there. So here I have converted it into rows and columns. Let us count how many rows are there. 1 2 3 4 5 6. There are 6 rows and there are 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and there are 7 columns. So 6 rows and 7 columns are there. Now let's try to understand this output. For that, let me write the indexes here for the rows as well as for the columns. Now you can see I have written the row indexes. This is the, I already told you there are 6 rows and 7 columns. So for the first row I have taken index as 0, and for the last row I have taken index as 5. The same way for the column, the first column I have given index as 0, and for the last column I have given index as 6. First of all, let me divide this entire pattern into few parts so that I can write the conditions. So how I am going to divide this? I will first write the condition for this row. Then I will write condition for this second row, and then for this, and at last I'll write condition for to print this part. So overall I'll write 4 condition. One condition will print this, second condition for this one, third for this one, and fourth for this one. Now let us try to understand this. In our first row where the index is 0, the symbol is printed in index number 1, number 2, number 4 and number 5. That means I don't want to print this symbol in my 0, 3rd and 6th cell. So I can write a condition like this. For the first condition I am writing. So I'll take a row variable as row. First of all, let me explain this figure and then I'll write the coding. I'll take for example, if the row is 0, that means for this row I am writing the condition. This row where we are printing the symbol in first cell, second cell, first index, second index, fourth and fifth index. So I'll write a condition like this: when the row is equal to 0, and at the same time when my column value, so as I already told you, we are not going to print in 0, 3rd and 6th index, whereas in our index row number 1 we are going to print the symbol in 0, 3rd and 6th cell only. That means opposite of this. So what we can do is we can write same condition for both. That means when we divide our column index with 3 and when the remainder is coming as 0, so we want to print the star in those particular columns. So that is for our index number 1. For index 0, it will be when the remainder is not coming as 0, then print the pattern, print the symbol. So I'll write a condition when the column, variable and modulus, when we divide it by 3 and if the value is not coming as 0, then print the symbol. So this will become my first condition. This will be my first condition. Now coming to the second condition, I'll take second condition as this. Second condition will be for my second row where the index is 1. So I'll write when the row is the variable name. I'll take row variable name for the rows and call variable name for the columns. So when the row is equal to 1 and at the same time when the column modulus of 3 is equal to 0, that means this one, then I want to print the $sign. So these are the 2 conditions I am going to write for these 2. Now coming to this third one. For this third one, what I am going to write, Let us try to find out. The symbol is printed in 0th column and 2nd row. Here it is printed in 3rd row and 1st index column. It is printed in 4th row and 2nd column number, and this is printed in 5th row and the index of column is 3. So what is common here is, when we subtract row with the column and we are getting the value as 2, then print the symbol. So what I'll write here, when row minus col is equal to 2, then print the symbol. Now this also we have seen the third condition. Now for this, what we are going to write, we will take as, let us try to find out. This is column number 6 and row number 2. This is printed in column number 5 and row 3, and this is printed in column number 4 and row number 4. That means this symbol is printed where the row and the column value, the sum of row and column value is 8. So I'll write a condition like this: when row plus column will give me the value as 8, then print the symbol. So these are the 4 conditions I'm going to write, and using if, as you know, we have to write the condition by using if, and for the else part what we'll do is we'll print the space. Okay, so for if part we'll write this condition and we'll print the dollar or star or hash or any symbol, and for else part we'll print the space. So let us quickly jump to the source to write the source code. So I'll take for row as a variable in range 6. So 6 if I am taking, that means 6 will never be printed, and for col in range, and we are taking as 7. We have already seen, we have taken the 6th is the last index of column. So if we take 7, so last value is never printed in range. The same way 6th index will never be printed for the range. So now we'll use if. Why if? To write the condition, as you know, we have to use if only. So inside this round bracket I am going to write condition. As I have already told, there are 4 conditions we are going to write. First condition is for this first row where the row index is 0. So we have to write this same condition when row is equal to 0 and column modulus 3 is not equal to 0. That means 1, 2, 4 and 5. When we divide this index 1, 2, 4 and 5 separately with 3, will not get remainder as 0. So print the star or hash. So let us write the condition for row. When row is equal to 0 and at the same time I want both the condition to be satisfied, so that means we have to use logical AND operator here, and we are going to use col modulus 3 is not equal to 0. Now this is the condition we have written for our first row. Now coming to our second row. So this is our second row, the row index is 1, and I want dollar to be printed where the remainder of 3, when we divide the column index with 3, we are getting remainder as 0, then print this symbol. So let us write when the row OR. Why we are using this logical OR operator? Because I want, even if one of these condition is satisfied, then print the symbol. So I am going to write row is equal to 1. When row is equal to 1 and at the same time when the column modulus 3 is equal to 0, then print the symbol. Now coming to our third condition, OR. So we are going to write row minus column is equal to 2, then print the symbol. Now again for the fourth part we have to write the condition. This is the fourth part. So this is row plus plus column index when it is coming as 8, then print the symbol. So I'll write or and then I'll write row plus col when this is coming as 8. So we have written all the 4 conditions. This is for the 0th row index, second one is for the first row index, third one is for this particular part, and the fourth one is for this part. So we have written all the 4 conditions, and then what we are going to write in if body, we are going to write that print the symbol. So I'll take symbol as this $sign. And now as you can see, when we are in our first row, we can say I want the symbol to be printed in the same line. So as you know that every print will bring the cursor to the next line, and if we are not going to write end, the symbol will be printed in the next line, even for the for one particular row. So what we are going to write here, we are going to write end equal to, and we are going to just write a space, as I want the next symbol to be printed in the same line when we are inside our any particular row. So now this is the if part. Let us come to the else part. Else means when these condition, any of the condition is not true or false, then Python will jump to the else part, and what it will do is, I'm just going to say print a space. Why print a space? Because in rest of the places we want a blank space to be printed. So for that we are writing this else part, and then here also we want end and then this is space. As by default it is /n, so we are going to write a space so that it's in the another symbol is coming in the same line only. So after this I'll write a print here. Why we are writing print, and this will be empty without any argument? Because this print statement, this print function will bring the cursor to the next line. This you already know. Now let's try to understand this program. So here, as you can see, this is our first for loop, which is for the rows. I told you in nested for, the outer loop is for the rows, that means these are the rows, and the inner loop is for the columns. Okay, so in the first run of outer for loop, 0 will be passed to the row variable, and Python interpreter will come inside the inner for loop. Now that means we are in this row. Okay, and for the call in range is 7. So first of all 0 will be passed in call, that means here, and it will check for the condition. If row is equal to 0, that means this only, and this row only, we are in this row, and it will check condition for this particular column, that means column when the column value is 0, it will check for the condition. And if at the same time the reminder of this call index is not 0, then only print the $sign. So as it is, the reminder is equal to 0, so it will not be printed. That means a Python interpreter will move to the else part, and then it will print the space, the empty space will be printed here. Now after this, after the first run, the control will pass again to the inner for loop. Now here in second run, 1 will be passed to the column, and it will come inside the inner for loop, and it will check for the condition. Now row is equal to 0 only, and it will check for the condition when the call, which is 1 modulus 3 not equal to 0, and as you know 1 modulus of 3 is not equal to 0, the condition is true. So the Python interpreter will come to the if body, and it will print the $sign here. That's why the dollar is printed, and because of this end the control will be there in the same line. Okay, and the $sign will be printed in the same line. The control is in the same line only. Now again it will go and check the it will again go in the inner for loop for the third time. Now the value of 2 will be passed, so call value is 2. Now it will check for this condition only. Why this condition only? Because row is equal to 0, this is only true, and at the same time this AND means both should be true. When the row index is 0 and when now 2 modulus of 3 not equal to 0, so this condition, as you know, is true because 2 modulus 3 is not equal to 0. That's why it will print the dollar sign, and because of this AND the control will be in the same line. Okay, so that's why the dollar sign will be printed. Again it will go to the inner for loop, and this time the calls value will become 3. So 3, and it will go and check for the condition if row is equal to 0. This condition only is true because the row value is 0 here, and at the same time when 2 modulus of 3 not equal to 0, this we have finished. Now 3 modulus of 3 not equal to 0, this condition will be false. Why? Because 3 modulus of 3 is equal to 0. That's why it will not come inside the if body, it will go to the else part and it will print a space. So that's why the space is printed in this third index. It will again go inside the for loop only, and it will go the call value will be now 4. So 4 will be passed for the call variable, and it will again go and check for the condition row is equal to 0 because we are in our first run of row where the row value is 0 only. So 4 modulus of 3 not equal to 0, and as you know 4 modulus of 3 is not equal to 0. The condition is true, that's why it will come inside the if body and it will print the dollar sign. Because of this AND, the control will be in the same line and the dollar will be printed in the same line. Now again it will go and check, go inside the for loop again. This loop will be executed for the 6th time now. So 5 will be passed for the calls variable value, and it will check 5 modulus of 3 is not equal to 0. The condition again is true, and that's why it will come inside the if body. It will print the dollar sign, and it will print the dollar sign in the same line. Okay, now it will again go, and again the last value of range, which is 6, will be passed to call. Okay, why last? Because as you know the end value is never run in range. It's always the end value -1. So 6 will be passed to call, and it will go and check for this condition only because the row value is still 0. And then 6 modulus of 3 is not equal to 0. This condition is false in this case. Why? Because 6 modulus of 3 is equal to 0. So when the condition is when the condition is false, it will jump to the else part and it will print this space. That's why the space is printed here. Okay, now after finishing all the 7 run of inner for loop, the control will be passed to the next line. That means we'll come outside the inner for loop. And what is there outside the inner for loop? There is a print function. So that's why the cursor will move to the next line now. Now when it will move to the next line, again it will go and run the outer for loop. And now the outer for loop row variable value will become 1 now. So 1, and then Python interpreter will come inside the inner for loop, and again it will go and run the inner for loop for 7 times with the same checking the condition, and if it is true it will print the dollar sign. If the condition is false, it will print the space. And again it will come inside outside the inner for loop, and because of this print the cursor will come to the next line and it will run for the 3rd time. So this way the loop runs, and this way this pattern will be printed. I hope you liked the video. If you liked, please hit the like button, and please subscribe to the channel if you have not.